Good morning, everyone. Just kind of waiting just a minute for people to start joining us. I'm making sure that we are live, and we are officially live. Good job. I have to say good job me, because you know me and technology, it's a little iffy sometimes, but I'm not too bad. In any event, if you are joining us for the first time, I am Melissa McLeod here at the Wool and the Floss in Grosse Pointe Woods, Michigan. And we are a creative escape for all stitchers, and we are welcome you are here. This is Thursday morning, and it is our unboxing party. And Susan Itel, I see that you're joining us. You 100% are the winner of the most finishing in one episode, maybe ever. Just saying. So be ready, Susan, be ready. We have lots of finishing, lots of new product, a fun new trunk show in the building. Yeah, so it is our normal roll around here. So Kelly is down and on her way to the Gulf Shores with our good friend Amy Poor, so we're missing her today, but I'm very jealous, and I'm sure it's warm and sunny and toasty where they are, which makes me very jealous. But Liz is here moderating, Annie's helping her, Emily's our organizer extraordinaire, Megan and Kaylee are here pulling we sold them. Okay, that's okay. Kaylee and Megan are here pulling threads. Laura's here working on email. Julie's here shipping. Sabrina's here invoicing. All the things are happening to make your needlepoint dreams come true. That's probably a bit of an exaggeration, but we'll go with it. So welcome, and we're happy you're here. I think, do you want me to get these big pillows done with first, Em?
Sure.
Okay. Since we know Susan's here. Well, no, I'm going to start with some of the smaller pillows.
Okay.
I'm going to start with Rebecca's glorious, I think this is
good. We got that for
is it
her. It was a gift from her mom.
I know. Is it a Heron?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All of a sudden I'm like, well, you know, you guys made fun of me in my turtle knowledge or turtle comments the other week. I'm double checking with everybody. So our Rebecca does all of our marketing stuff for us. She is amazing. And this is a Susan Roberts piece. Rebecca lives in Florida, and this is a Susan Roberts piece, and it is amazing. I helped her a tiny bit with the stitches, but she did a lot on her own, and it is a masterpiece. And her sweet mom, Linda, gifted this to her for a Christmas gift, I think. Yeah. Love her background stitch. Look at the creativity on these, the water down the bottom. So good. I also know that I believe, and I forgot to pull that, I think she used a lot of the Field Guide for Birds, which is one of our books that we have. Emily just used it recently. If you never stitch birds, you do not need this book. If you are ever wanting to stitch waterfowl or birds of some sort, this is a must-have. And irony would have it, it will look really pretty in the same screen with Rebecca's gorgeous Heron. So her Heron has been finished. We'll talk about that book in a second. Thank you, Em.
Yeah.
But love what Rebecca did with it. Box pillow, very subtle year put on the back. I always say that's a reminder to our children to not sell these things at a garage sale. And it is gorgeous. So I know Rebecca will be thrilled. So there is that. I do know she dove into a little bit this Field Guide for Birds. It is a very hefty book. You can see how thick it is. It is, how many pages? 300 pages. How about that? So again, if you never stitch birds, ignore me. You don't need this book. It is $75. It's a bit of an investment. But Caroline, who wrote the book, Caroline Hedgebaird, has a biology major. So she understands how birds' bodies work for whatever that's worth. And in this case, it's worth a lot. And so she has little icons throughout the book that this is a good stitch for a side-facing bird. This is a good stitch for, let me find the front-facing icon. She has different, there we go, that's a good one for a front-facing bird. And then they're organized by the size of the canvas. So Rebecca would have gone to the large stitch section. Then there's also a whole section on beaks, feet, crowns. Is that what that's called on a bird? Crowns.
Crest.
So crests. There we go. Breasts. There's like all the bird parts are in here. So it's kind of like build your own bird catalog. It's amazing. So there we go. So thank you for that. Next up in Pillow Land, we have, oops. This is for Janet. Janet is our Janet. I was here working with her on Saturday. We had a lot of fun together. She may have, I started making notes about what I was going to talk about today. Didn't finish that. She may have caught the Mahjong bug from me. So we spent a little bit of time at work on Saturday talking about Mahjong. And that leads me into wanting to remind you all that we have an upcoming retreat, and I really meant to make myself some notes. Liz, is it November 10th and 11th?
11th and 12th.
11th and 12th. It's a Tuesday and a Wednesday. So Tuesday and Wednesday, November 11th and 12th.
Correct.
And the lottery is open. So we only have room for 26 people in the building. The lottery is open now through Monday at midnight, or 11:59 p.m. It's always easier to say, because then we don't get confused whether it's Sunday, or Monday, or Tuesday, or Sunday, or Monday.
Exactly.
So late night Monday, the lottery is open until then. So check your calendar if you want to come. It's $195. That covers 2 days of stitching in the shop, lunches, help with kitting canvases, help with determining how you want something finished. We definitely ramp up our number of people in the shop helping you, and lots of fun, snacks, lots of stitching. And where it ties into Mahjong is I'm going to set up a few tables in the back. So when you need a little stitching break and you want to go play Mahjong, you can do that. Now I won't have any teachers, it's only for people who know how to play. And I've just learned, I'm not an expert by any means. But I think, an average game of Mahjong can take 15 to 30 minutes. And so you want to take a little Mahjong break. And I think I might set them up so that you can do some Siamese Mahjong, which is 2-person Mahjong, or might have a table set up where you can do 2 or 3 or 4-person Mahjong. So you'll have some choices and you can just grab a couple buddies. If you do not play Mahjong, it doesn't matter, come anyway. I did put a spot on the lottery form to say, do you play Mahjong? Only because I want to know if we do the lottery and only 4 people who play Mahjong end up coming, I'll only set up 1 table. It'll just make my life a little bit easier. So that's the only reason. Just because you don't play Mahjong doesn't mean that you won't get picked for the lottery by any means. But I just thought it'd be a nice, fun little twist. And there we go. So this pillow is for Janet, which is where I got distracted. And this is from Lauren Block, her canvas design. Do you remember the real artist behind Laura?
No.
Laura does license art with a gentleman whose name I can't remember right now.
Donald something?
I don't know, but we can figure that out. And I'm sorry I'm not giving him proper credit right now. But Janet did an amazing job stitching him. I know it comes on just a plain background. She added that snowflake background, which is amazing. And of course the buffalo plaid is awesome. She put in some really great, I think that's couched fluffy fleece, which we don't even carry. It is amazing. And box pillow with contrasting welts. So good. So we can order this little cutie patootie for you. Laura was also walking around and just looking at what we had on our walls, and she's like, wouldn't that finish look really good with this darling reindeer? And this reindeer is a Melissa Shirley piece. And they're honestly kind of a little hard to come by these days. And it's amazing. So if you want something finished similarly, and I think it's really fun to see how you can take a fairly small piece and make it into a really stunning pillow with these mitered corners, etc. So really fantastic. So there we go. I'm gonna, sorry, don't want to put that on the floor, of course. Next up, this is here for Stephanie. Oh my gosh, so awesome. I think she may have turned this in at one of our last retreats. This is from Patty Mann. This is one of the Rose Hill girls. And of course you're seeing it backwards because I self-film. If you're watching me live, you're seeing it backwards. We do now upload our videos once we're done to YouTube, and YouTube does the beautiful job of flipping everything, so YouTubers aren't seeing this backwards. But if you are someone who enjoys watching unboxing but don't want to sit down 9 a.m. in the morning or 9:30 in the morning. You can watch on YouTube at your discretion. The beauty of YouTube is if you're partway through and real life calls, and then I'm going to be stitching later on tonight, you just stop it, and when you go back to YouTube, it just starts you up right where you were. So Stephanie did an amazing job stitching this. Look at this ribbon, so cute. Some really great decorative stitching in here, and some really fabulous fabric to go with. I don't have this in the building right now, but I can 100% order this for you from my friend Patty Mann. If you are wanting an East Coast vibe like that, actually I'm gonna hand that to you to put in the bag because it's gonna take more focus than I have right now. We currently have the Pepperberry Designs trunk show in the building. I think it's here through the 27th, maybe. See, I forgot my notes. Nancy's watching us from Scotland. Oh my gosh, I love it. This is here at least till the end of the month-ish. And this is from Stark Art, which is now distributed by Pepperberry Designs. And this turns into a 3D house. So you can see how this bends to the side, and then the roof comes into a point. Really amazing. So if you're looking for something with that East Coast vibe, we kind of love this piece. So there we go. I may have shown that off last week, but I know because we have the trunk, because we have that finished piece, I wanted you all to see it today. Boom. Okay, this darling pillow is here for Lisa Potter. Lisa was just here for our ribbon class. Oh my gosh, you guys, our ribbon class was so good. I mean, I have to say, I set it up and I was like, I know Tamara's gonna be great, but I think it was so much greater than any of us thought it was going to be. All of her projects are available on our website. If you head on over to the website, there's a front page image of ribbon projects. Click through that. It comes with so much documentation, you will be able to accomplish it on your own. But Lisa was here for our ribbon class. No, she didn't turn this in 2 weeks ago. She turned this in at another point in time. This is one of the graphic pillows from Jenny Sandberg. And I love the fabric that my finishers picked for this, and this kind of abbreviated brush trim, so good. And for those that are watching, you can see what this is reading. Someone said to me, I think it was at the ribbon class, do you really never swear? I'm like, oh, don't be silly. Of course I do. However, I'm conscious of the fact that some of you may be watching with grandchildren or children in the background, and I don't want them to learn any naughty words from me. So this starts with an S and ends with a T, and you guys can fill in the blanks. So absolutely darling. It comes in a gray and white version or this colorful version. Anne actually just saw it. She's like, oh, I have to get mine out and finish mine because she ordered it. Did you get the gray version or the colored version, Anne?
That color.
That color.
Same color.
The nice thing with the gray version is it's not really intended to be stitched gray. It's giving you the opportunity to stitch it in whatever color palette you so choose. I don't have that in the building, but we can order that from you. But Megan found this on our wall, which I think is hysterical. It says, Stitch is my second favorite S word. So that could be finished in that pillow just like Lisa's. Would be so fun. And I just think, I think you could probably change this fairly easily into first if you really wanted to. Just saying. That's what the math of the write-up or the graphics was going through in my head to make sure that that actually could happen. Okay, next up in Pillow Land. These two beauties are here for 444. I have so much stuff stacked up on this table, you guys, it's insane. Cute. These are here for Ellie. And, oh gosh, I'm gonna knock stuff over. I sold a lot of this canvas during the COVID shutdown, which I hope someday I will get to stop talking about, but I still feel like it's such a part of my world as a retailer. And of course it says she thought she could, and so she did. I had a little stitch guide with it that Ellie, I think, did. It's just really about the flowers and things. I did this as a pillow as well, but mine is a very large square pillow with a floral pattern. Outcome is very different from this very classic navy with the white piping, and I love it. So that is fantastic. And then there's a second pillow, designer on this one. It's percolating. You guys remember designer by chance for me? Anyone? Let's see if I have some cheat sheets.
What?
Nope.
What?
Designer of
I
this.
thought it was Scott Church, but I could be
I
wrong.
thank you. All right, Liz, good job. This is a Scott Church design. What I want to point out about this is it is an oval design and it's a little bit on the larger side. What my finishers have done, if you look at this carefully, is it is actually inset behind the fabric. So, and you probably can't tell that on screen, but I can tell by how things are layered. So that's inset behind and sewn in with this micro cording, and it looks fantastic. Ellie's stitch choices are over the top fantastic. Maybe she used that field guide for birds. I don't know. She's a very talented stitcher. She may have just come up with it all on her own, but it is fabulous. And nice little brush trim on here. We don't have this in the building, but we can order this for you. What we do have, and I'm turning this sideways because I want you to envision this cute little beach chair. If you have someplace you love to go to on the beach, or you're fortunate enough to live near the beach, it's just a really nice example of how an oval can work really well in a pillow setting. This happens to be 13 mesh from KCN and here and available immediately. So, okay, next up we have, oops, I'm dropping things. Megan, can you help me by chance? If you can take that pillow, because I'm gonna have to hand you this. There's too much going on here. I'm gonna pull both of these out because I want to kind of show them simultaneously. These darlings are here for Denise. Sorry, we keep things packed so nicely and then I trash them. Sorry. Just the packaging, never the needlepoint. This amazing piece is from KCN. This was a market release a couple falls ago and I loved it. So it has this fantastic crest. I believe we sent it to our painters for her. I think it'll balance. To put her initials in, but she may have done that on her own. I can't totally recall right now, but it is fantastic. She's done some really nice decorative stitches. I think there's a little stardust included in that background, which you might not be able to totally see, but it is really, really, really good. So interestingly enough, this is kind of a crest portion. Then I'm gonna hand you the crest guy. This is Oh for Fox's Sake. Unfortunately, I can order this for you. Unfortunately, this designer is taking a little hiatus because I think she's just had her second baby. So I can order Oh for Fox's Sake for you. So darling. And Denise just did it up in basket weave, I believe. Yep, basket weave everywhere, and it is fantastic. Really nice brush trim. But if you love both of these pillows, look at this. It's like, you guys are gonna laugh. These two pillows had a baby, because here we go. We have this in the building. I am obsessed with this canvas. So if you like the idea of the crests and you like the foxes, look at that. We have the fox crest pillow, which I love. Yeah, so this is 18 mesh. The reindeer one that I showed you earlier was 13 mesh with the reindeer on it. And the Oh for Fox's Sake, I think, was on 13 mesh as well. But now Megan has very clearly, very efficiently cleared them for me. So next up for Amanda, I am assuming this is from Good Point, but I'm not 100% sure of that, but it looks like a Good Point. But I could be wrong. Love this message. Let's sleep in. The velvet is fantastic with this cording on the sides. So good. We can figure out where this came from for you if you love it. I am definitely someone who likes to sleep in. I'm a lazy girl in the morning, that's for sure. If you have maybe a teenager in your house, maybe you want to finish up a pillow that says keep out. So this is from KCN, the skull and crossbones is really fun. The eyes kind of look like hearts, so it's a little tongue-in-cheek keep out maybe, or maybe for real. But this is a really great finish to just a darling little sign. Okie dokie, so there's that. Okay. I don't even know how to jump into Susan's stuff because I gotta clear some room on this table. I'm moving these to the floor for a minute. What I'm moving to the floor is not finishing, just so nobody panics. I'm dropping purses, I'm making a mess. Okay. Susan has actually I think 10 pillows here. Like I said, I think this is the largest haul of any one person in maybe Full in the Floss history. I'm trying to see if one of these is easier to open than the other. We have 2 matching pillows. I believe Susan sent us all of her own fabric. Susan has amazing, amazing taste. Of course, it is easy for me to say that because Susan's favorite colors in her house, from what I've seen, are blue and green. So, you know I love it. So we had ordered these for her. Do these come this colorway? I think they come this colorway, but with a white background. Do you guys see? So I'm guessing there are 2 of these amazing pillows. Can you guys see how big this is? Let me put it up next to me. It's waist to tip of my head, and I'm 5'7". I used to be 5'8", just saying. But this is also from KCN, and she and my finishing manager worked together. Look at the fabric on the ends. That was, of course, Susan's choice. And her stitching is fantastic. She can be a crazy decorative stitcher, and I say that in the most affectionate way. She's kept this very simple. It looks like skip tent in the background and basket weave, and amazing. So there is a matching pillow. Like I said, I'm assuming these are going maybe across a king size bed or maybe a bay window. I'm not really sure the intent, but wherever it is, it's going to be fantastic. So I'm going to hand you that. We don't want the weight to hit the ground, of course. Here is the other one that's all wrapped up. Okay. Then, continuing for Susan, we have a really sweet little tooth fairy pillow for her, I think, grandson Wesley, is my recollection. Mattress ticking, so good. Susan and I also have bonded over our love of animals. I'd love to, but my dog said no. Just a sweet little pillow, stick in the corner of a chair. Again, you're seeing it backwards because I self-film if you're watching us live. Another sign pillow. Guests like fish begin to smell after 3 days. Oh my gosh, you guys, I was with a good friend of mine last night, and I shouldn't even say this, but I'm not going to identify this. She is a saint on this earth. Her son has been dating this gal for a while. She said last summer, well, you know, if you guys ever make it to northern Michigan, come and see us. And they said, oh, that'd be great. When are you there? And she gave them, she said like, oh, July 1st to July 21st. They came and stayed for the entire time. I was like, wait, what? She'd never met them. I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, you are a saint. I would have lost my mind. So anyway, that was my funny story of the night last night. Most of my friends are nicer than I am. Life is too short. Let the dog on the bed. I fully agree. We can order this for you. I love this kind of nautical roping trim on the side. So fantastic. I have 2 pillows for that chair just in case someone should be offended. I love it. And then oops, nope, there's more. And like I said, all my favorite colors. This is also a piece I have stitched. Stitching safe space. No needlepoint please allowed. So I hope Susan has a lovely little stitching room that this is going to go in.
Yeah.
I know, I said it's the largest one-person finishing haul, I think, in shop history. I have stitched this as well. I did mine in a much larger pillow, but I love it in this little tiny pillow. This, Thorn Alexander?
Yes.
Is that right? KCN at least?
Pillow top? No?
That might-
I feel like it's Thorn Alexander
Oh, it
because I
might
have
be,
the
yeah.
really naughty one, and it's the same text.
Okay, so Nap Queen, and I do believe Susan has changed up the colors to my favorite color palette, and this fabric is fantastic. And last, but far from least, is, here, I'll pull this out and give you this large
you.
bag that everything is going in for her. Are these 2 amazing pillows from SCT Designs through KCN. Just trying to pull out one of them. She has two matching pillows because she has matching chairs. And I know this because she sent me pictures and her house looks gorgeous. Oh, look at how good this is. So I have a thing for elephants, so of course I love these. The blue tulips in the background, so fantastic. I mean, I just want to like retire to Susan Itel's house. That's what I want to do. I'm coming and I'm going to stay for 3 weeks straight, Susan, just like my friends. Oh my gosh, so fantastic. So thank you for trusting us with all your hard work. And I will admit, I said to Kirsty yesterday, how are we going to ship those pillows? She goes, don't worry, she has a friend coming to the retreat and she's taking it all home with her. I'm like, oh, hallelujah. So yeah, I was like, those bolster pillows, like how we were going to box those up and get them to her safely, I had no idea. So I was so glad that Susan, of all people, of course, thought through that for us and came up with a solution that I wasn't even aware of. So all good stuff. So that is the end of the pillow palooza, but I still have more finishing. But there's so much stuff on my table. I feel like I'm gonna move to, oh wait, I forgot some important things. We showed all of those fabulous pillows of Susan's. So if you want to take some other smaller signs and turn them into pillows, this is actually very relevant. Kiss the Cook. Susan is also a fantastic cook. She makes the most delicious ginger snap cookies. She's brought them to whenever she's come to visit us, and so generous. And even shares the recipe with us. So maybe Kiss the Cook might be perfect for whoever is in your life that is a great cook. From our Pepperberry Trunk Show, we have two different, if you love those bolster pillow ideas, this is Patriotic Love from the Pepperberry Trunk Show, which would be super fun for someone who has, like, you know, a 4th of July birthday, let's say. Love that. And then if you're more in the Christmas frame of mind, this is so simple but so fantastic, and I think it would be really great. So of course you're seeing it backwards. It says Believe, and it would be an amazing large bolster pillow, maybe a framed piece if you're someone who has a really large wreath. This could go across the middle of the wreath. And I think you could do this very simply with some really fun silvery threads, and then do a really cool background stitch. These are all little jingle bells that are painted up the letters. And so if you want, depending on what your end usage, you could actually put little tiny jingle bells on it rather than stitching those, which would be amazing, because then of course you do this and it would jingle. So really fun. So those are from the Pepperberry Trunk Show. Of course, all 20% off through the end of the month. Okay, I've got lots of accessories. I have more finishing. I've got lots of new canvases. We have some more highlights from the Trunk Show. So I think we'll start with a restock from my wood finisher. I haven't actually laid out kind of some of our regular ground rules. If you're new to us, we welcome new customers. We're always thrilled to have a new customer on board. So if you see something you would like, all you need to say is, I would like the Believe canvas. Please be specific. Liz sees your comments 15 to 30 seconds after you post them, and What's Up Stitching is saying that there's a Believe stitch guide at Needlepoint now. Thank you for reminding me of that. I did know that. I had forgotten that, so I really appreciate that. So you can always order back orders of Needlepoint now. So if you wanted the Believe canvas, we are happy to sell it to you at 20% off, and then you'd hop on over to the Needlepoint Now website and order the back ordered issue. Thank you. I wanted to say subscription. I'm like, nope, that's not the right word. I'm not sure the mesh size on Believe.
I think it's 18.
I think it is. That's why I was thinking an open stitch in the background. But Deb, Liz will answer that question for you. 100%. So if you are new to us, just comment, and then when the video is over, send us a DM of your real life name, your email address, your shipping address, and then after 1 o'clock or so, give us a call with your credit card information, and we'll take it from there. If you've been around a while, you know how this all works. If you would like threads, you will need to tell us you want threads. On any live video, we always assume you do not want threads. Also, if you're fortunate enough to have 2 addresses that are in our system that we ship to, maybe your regular home and your vacation home, your house, your daughter's house, whatever the case may be, please make sure to let us know where we are shipping. So those are kind of general ground rules. Okay, accessories. I got in a restock from my favorite wood crafter. I think I only know one wood crafter, so that's an easy statement, but he is fantastic. And he makes for us these custom, we call it the large ort and tool holder. I will show you the natural wood one. We have 4 different colorways available. We had kind of run out of stock on them. They would make great holiday gifts. I hate to even say that, but I'm trying to get ahead of the game with my own personal holiday stitching and holiday gifting. So this would be a great gift for any stitcher in your life, or maybe for yourself. So it is handcrafted in wood. This is $120. The natural ones are. It has a spot to put all your orts in. Our friend Janet, we talked about earlier, also discovered a mini Coke can will fit in there. Can't say it might not damage the wood, but it was better than her puppy knocking the Coke can over on her needlepoint. So there we go. There is a little magnetic spot in the bottom of this hole, which is designed to hold needles. And then in the middle one, there is a little cushion, so it will protect the points of your laying tools. And then spots for other, maybe your ribbon laying tool, a metal laying tool, scissors, whatever tools you need at the ready. So Emily and I actually just treated ourselves to one because we're both like, we've never had one. I know that Kelly loves the natural wood one. So the natural wood one, as I said, is $120. Then we have 4 colored wood versions. The colored wood versions are $130. This is the exclusive Wool and the Floss colorway. By the way, this design is exclusively made for us. I worked with my wood craftsman to design this. So Emily and I are both treating ourselves to the Wool and the Floss colorway, which we love. Then there is the blue and white version. Of course, all with the same benefits, all the same price, except for the natural. The natural is a little less expensive, as I mentioned. The Galentine colorway, which we rolled out with Sandy, thinking that it would be, just specific to Valentine's Day, but people are loving this red and pink together all year round. Oh, Kelly is watching while she's on vacation.
Because Amy twisted her arm.
Amy is next to her bed. She keeps hers. Not next to Kelly in bed.
They're driving to the beach.
They're driving. But Amy keeps hers next to her bed. Kelly said she takes hers on the road for classes. She brought hers to the ribbon class. And this is our semi-exclusive colorway. Of course, the tool design itself. You can tell I was up too late last night, you guys, is ours exclusively, but this colorway is also semi-exclusive to just a couple stores. So we love that. We call it our Lily-inspired colorway. We also got restocks of, my tops are falling off these. That's okay, because I need one to have the top fall off, of some of the tools he makes for us. So we have lots and lots of regular laying tools in the building, and you can look those up on our website if you search Fancy Wood Laying Tool. All your choices will come up. The other thing that we stocked up on before our ribbon class were ribbon laying tools. So the difference between a regular laying tool and a ribbon laying tool is a regular laying tool would have wood all the way to the end and would have like a somewhat sharp edge, like not sharp enough to go ow, but it's definitely pointier than this. This is a very dull metal edge, and it is designed this way so that if you are working with ribbons that you don't snag your ribbons, because ribbons are a little persnickety and you have to be very careful with that. So we have ribbon laying tools in blue and white, in the Lily colorway, in this one called Mayflower, I think.
Oh, yes, that one's
Mayflower, which is green and blue and orange. I don't know why it's called Mayflower. Can't solve that mystery for you. And then the natural colorway. So those are the wood ribbon laying tools. Yeah. Thank you. And then another thing that Sandy has exclusively designed for us, which seems a little silly, but this thing is worth its weight in gold. This is at its simplest form, this is a needle threader. Does anyone need, I think, how much are the needle threaders then? 44, 48?
44.
44. Does anyone need a $44 simple needle threader? No, they don't. Even I don't need that, even though I'm paying less than that because, you know, I'm paying cost. But what this is really good for, I have a little video on our website under resources, and I call it like the magic save. So this style needle threader that has a little hook, if you have stitched a pattern stitch and you realize mid-pattern that you've gotten off base and you recognize where your problem is, you can snip one of those threads in half, pull them back, and you'll have small amounts that normally you'd have to keep going until you got that whole piece of thread out or had enough to be able to bury it right away. Because of this, you can snip that thread in half, bury your needle, use this little hook to thread your needle, and then pull your needle through. So it's a lot less work, a lot less waste. So yes, these are expensive for a simple laying tool, but they are not a simple laying tool. I call them my magic save, and this design is exclusive to the Wool and the Floss. So this is the threader in the Wool and the Floss colorway. This is the blue and white threader. And this is the natural threader. I have some bright colored ones still on order. My woodworker is a banker by day. He's the father of 3, I believe. And he's on vacation this week. So his life is very, very full. So he does a great job for us. Other accessories, a restock of my strawberry scissors. Amy, since you're listening, I said yesterday, oh, maybe I should get myself one out. Amy, I think, meant to buy a pair when she was here in Michigan with us recently, and she forgot. So I gave her mine, which I was thrilled to do, and I've never replaced mine. So I might need to replace mine today. So the strawberry scissors are distributed by our friend Vicki Whitson, and they are $24, so they're a very affordable scissor. They come with this darling little gingham case, and oh, I can't get it open because there's a point protector on it. And the blades are fairly long and very, very, very sharp for a $24 scissors. And, you know, could they be any cuter? I don't think so.
They're so awesome.
Where they're going to pair up really well is with a future new release from Aporgo Paints that I may be privy to. So stay tuned for that if you're a strawberry lover. Okay, I'm going to put that back together. We have some new and some restocked Bovair needle minders. So let's start with the restocked and then we'll go to the new. So these are, of course, a little piece of art for your art. So this is the black pumpkin. He's on like a very pale green background. Kelly and her son Eli worked together to bring us these fantastic fused glass needle minders. So that's been restocked. The sunflower with the ladybug, absolutely love this. This is like our September. I was talking to my friend Betsy last night. September in Michigan like is the absolute best. Like the fall lovers love it, the summer lovers love it, because it's like summer without being miserable. I'm never miserable, but this sunflower makes me think of September in Michigan for sure. We've had a lot of love for this darling little octopus. Octopi? No, he's an octopus. There's only one. So lots of love for the octopi, and I have this octopus in my hand. There we go. So he is back in the building. I think Kelly and Eli did a fantastic job with this, but I think the reason it has really flown off the shelves here at the Wool and the Floss is because Liz and Kelly have really fallen in love with Blue Ridge Stitcheries. What does she call them? She has a cute name for her series.
Oh, the coasters?
Boozy sea creatures.
The boozy sea creatures. So I think that's part of the reason that people love this, because they have stitched the octopus from that. In other Halloween pieces, this is the white skull on black. And then a restock. This is my favorite because it's just like sweet and so Halloween-y. I love it all at the same time. The classic jack-o'-lantern on green. So then there are 2 brand new ones, hot off the presses. They are both stacked pumpkins, so please be specific when you ask for one of these, if you should. These are stacked pumpkins on beige, so pretty. I know a couple of you pre-ordered these. We have pulled your orders. Just a little PSA. Everything we show in unboxing, we may have received your special orders and they will be rung up for you today. So don't panic if you see it on box and you're like, but wait, I ordered that. We have yours set aside. Do not worry.
Call that guy Jack Stack.
This is the Jack Stack. So as I said, they are two different ones. There are the stacked pumpkins on beige and the jack-o'-lantern stack on green. So two different versions. Please be very specific in which one you would like, and we will get it sent your way. Okay. What we gonna do now? I think we're gonna talk about these little books. So you guys know, and don't worry, Liz, we got a plan for this, so you're not gonna kill me. It was Emily approved. So you guys have heard me talk about these books.
She's evil, you just didn't know it.
No, I'm nice.
I know.
I'm like, I came up with the plan, and I was like, yeah, I think that's a good one. So, okay, you guys have seen us talk about these books. There's actually, this is from the Pointer Sisters, Timmy Schultz and Jan Dedrick. These have become shop favorites. Part of the reason we love these books is look how small they are. They're the size of my hand. There is 1 stitch per page. So if you have a little like stitching ADD, it enables you to stay focused. And these are super small. You can pop these in your purse or your stitching bag. The stitches stitched in a large scale, a little bit of verbiage about how you should use them, easy to read graphs, etc., etc. So we have had Pretty Stitches is their first book. We are waiting for a restock on that. I think we're expecting that in like 3 days. Their second book was We Have Your Back, and this is where I kind of discovered this book and showed it to Kelly and Liz and everybody else. And this background stitch book, I think mine has like practically fallen off the spiral. I've used it so much. So this is her second book. I believe they are all $48. The third book is Let's Fill in the Blanks on Your Canvas, which, of course, the background book focuses on backgrounds. The Let's Fill in the Blanks on Your Canvas focuses on different areas: baskets, birds, borders, I won't read them all, grass, clothing, houses and buildings, so snow, skies, water. She's separated them, she and Timmy have separated them Timmy and Jan have separated them into different categories. So, drum roll please. There is a brand new book, which I'm gonna open this live, but I will tell you that Kelly opened hers and was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So I haven't really seen it. Kelly opened hers because she was taking it with her, and I'm sure she and Amy have both been drooling over it. As a matter of fact, I think Amy told me that she would like one. But what I'm gonna tell you guys, don't order a 4th book here. Do not say 4th book, please. Do not say that. Do us a favor, because I think there's going to be, except for Susan was typing it before I said that. We're not going to fulfill orders for these here and now. I'm sorry, I should have said that sooner. I had it so well planned. So we're ignoring all your book, please. What we are going to ask you guys to do, because they're not in the building, they are being shipped to us right now. So what I can tell you is all these requests, when they haven't even seen the topic, they haven't seen the book cover, and everyone wants it. That's how good I know it's going to be. So we have put it on pre-order on our website. Is it also $48, Em?
Correct.
Okay, it is $48. I can't even remember what it's called.
It's called. And then there were 4.
And then there were 4. So am I going to be able to get the ribbon off of this? I don't know. I'm going to try. So they are on pre-order.
Should I have Rebecca put it somewhere prominent?
Sure. We're going to have Rebecca put it on the front page of the website. So they will be here in the next couple days. So if you order one today or tomorrow, not tomorrow, if you order one today on the website, someone already did. So if you order it today on the website, we will hold, please put in your comments that you have an unboxing order. We will combine them. We don't like combining like a gazillion thousand orders, but we don't want you to pay double shipping. And then there were 4 is the new book. It is $48. Pre-order on our website. We will combine shipping with anything you order from unboxing today, as well as what you order on the website. So if you could go to the website and order it, that would be super duper helpful. Rebecca says she's already got it, Em.
Okay. I just texted her.
So
Yeah,
table of
figured she was
contents. I won't read through all these. I think we put actually a list of the table of contents, but we only put 1 page of it. There's actually 152 pages in this book. So I don't know if we ended up putting the table of contents on the website or not. Do you remember what we did?
Yes, it's on, but it's A partial table.
Okay, it's a partial table of contents to get an idea. I will read the introduction to you. It's very short. And then there were 4. Yes, this is our 4th book, and Jan and I are so excited to share all these new stitches in book 4 with you. We always enjoy working together to come up with fun and new stitches. Once again, we recommend threads for our stitches. We are recommending them for 18 mesh canvas. If you are on a larger count, adjust your thread. We must always give a big shout out to Jose, who helps us get this book together. So, again, large graphs, little bit of verbiage. Just when we thought there could not be another variation of the Alicia lace stitch, we found one. This stitch gives a bit more coverage on your canvas than some of the other Alicia stitch variations. Bugle beads are optional. So there's lots and lots of great information, and I just happened to open, look at this pumpkin pattern, you guys. I mean, so good. So we're not going to fulfill any of these. The books are literally have been shipped to us. I bet we'll get them today or Monday or Friday or Monday. So so that means your unboxing order will be held from today and will be shipped when the book arrives in. We'll combine your orders and refund you one of your shipping amounts. So hopefully that gets it to you fresh off the presses and doesn't make too much chaos on our end. But you know, I always cause a little bit of chaos, and I try not to, despite my best intentions. Okay, I'm gonna go back to a little bit of finishing. So this piece is here for Joyce. Joyce was gonna come to our last retreat, and then she couldn't. I hope she's gonna make one soon. I would love to meet her. This is, of course, one of the Anna clutches. All the Anna clutches are sold out. I've been told that there may be more at market. There also may be a new reiteration of something Anna clutch like. And this was finished with the zebra piece, also from Colors of Praise. So that is here for Joyce. Shoot, I'm gonna hand that to you like that, because I'm not gonna be able to get that back on that bag. Thank you. This is here for Nancy. Nancy, Needlepoint Crimes by Nancy.
This is not a crime.
This is amazing. So, I'm trying to remember the designer of this.
Oh, it's Labors of Love, isn't it?
Yes, it says Labors of Love loud and clear. I believe she got this at our Labors of Love trunk show. So I'm covering up the bottom for a second because I want you all to admire Nancy's amazing stitching. I also want you to notice her little lightning bolts in the background, and then look at my finishers put like this kind of lightning bolt-esque fabric on the back with these fantastic bows. But then like the frosting on the cake, look at the feet, you guys. I don't even know where my finishers come up with this stuff, where they find their accoutrements, but I mean, Nancy's stitching is fantastic. But then you combine that, there's a piece of my hair on it, which is really icky. You combine that with all the touches of my finishers, and I'm sorry, nothing gets any better than this. Check out all this. And I know Nancy's been doing some of her own finishing, and I've seen it and it's fantastic, but you can see why like having somebody else kind of step outside the box for you, amazing. So this is here for Nancy, and we can order that for you. It's from Labors of Love, and I'm happy to get that for you. And be careful with her little feet.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. What next? We got a restock of some chatelaines and some brand new chatelaines. So I'm gonna tell you the color names. This first one is called Light Lavender. I'm gonna walk through the tools that come on these. I love mine. I'm embarrassed to say I have like 4 or 5. They're really great because they're on the bottom of your stitching bag. You can always find them. If you want to put them on, they're easy to wear. You can wear them with the tools around your neck. You can wear them tools with, oh, Nancy, I'm glad you got to see it. The Pointer Sisters books are on the website. If you order anything today, just put in the notes, please combine with my unboxing order. We will take care of it. So they go around your neck. They can also, the tools can come off, and you can wear the necklace just as a regular necklace, either long, knotted, using this gorgeous, what's this thing called again?
Carabiner.
Carabiner. I always want to say Caribbean, like I can't get it straight because I'm obsessed with warm weather. So this carabiner can be used to make it just, you know, a regular cute little necklace. But of course, its real focus is so you can travel with all the tools at the ready. So It comes with a mini laying tool, which is fantastic. It's one of Laura Taylor's favorite laying tools. The cutter, which there's a razor blade inside of here with just these little notches, so obviously it's airline approved. The 5x magnifier, I think that's my favorite tool. Collapsible scissors and a needle threader. So all these things come on here. The carabiner, I think I'm saying it right this time, is large enough to add a standard pair of scissors if you're not traveling. So this is the light lavender, I think.
Here, I got it, yes.
Light lavender,
Is
yes.
that the lavender that you love, or is that a new
No,
lavender?
this is a new
I'm
one.
just
This is
wondering.
called light lavender.
It's
The
really
one that
pretty.
she liked before is no longer available. It's
Yeah,
a
so
little bit
some of these
darker.
like come and go. So I never want to say like, buy it now, because you might not ever be able to get it again. But some of Victoria's bead suppliers, they come and go. So if you see something you really love with the Shadowlines, you should grab them because they're not always around. This one is called Matte Citron. So this is for all the neutral girlies out there. It leans a little green and it's really fantastic. It's just really, really pretty. So they have this matte finish to them and I love them. So that's the Matte Citron. This one is called Berry Cherry. So that is really pretty. And some of them come with different colored scissors. That's a new color. Let's see. We'll go to this one. I've got some new colors here too.
Rose speckle.
Deep rose speckle. Look at like the detailing on these beads. So, so pretty. Love that. This is a brand new one. Really, really fun. Vicky's like, you need to get this one. This is called Night Out. And look at the glimmer on this, you guys. So it's like browns and reds, so very fall-ish with a little bit of like glimmery beads in there. So pretty. And again, remember, like you can hook this. As a matter of fact, Emily was wearing this at market one year. She was wearing hers as a necklace, and I think she just had it like long. And I'm like, you know, it looks so much cuter with your outfit if you, what?
I'm obsessed with it.
I know, Megan said she's
Yours.
obsessed with
I
that.
love that one.
So it just has this nice glimmer to it. So again, that one is called
Night Out.
Night Out. Then there's another neutral one. This one is called,
That's matte sparkle. That's one that we love. Like,
so this is
love it.
beigeur than the citron one that I showed you,
Yeah.
but it's very, very neutral as well. Not so shiny, a little more subtle. Of course, wearing my shirt, do you think I like subtle? No, I'm not about subtle, but I know a lot of people are. This is a new purple one too that I always say I'm not a purple girl, but this is multi-purple and they're gemstones. Look how pretty this is for you purple stitchers, and it comes with your purple collapsible scissors. And that is multi-purple. This one I think is, this is one we've had before. This is Hue.
That's Lizzie's.
So it is kind of a charcoal gray, so pretty, and it comes with silver scissors. This is another one of my favorites. I'm surprised I haven't treated myself to this one yet. This is azurite, and look at all the different kind of color variations of these beads. So, so, so pretty. So that's azurite. This one Vicky's had for a long time. This is the turquoise gemstones. So pretty. Comes with the blue scissors. This is ballet pink.
Amy's
Ballet Pink. Wow, I didn't know Amy had one now.
She was sitting by the pool. She
Wow. So we did have a night. I would say if Vicky drank, I'd say she was drunk, but Vicky doesn't drink. So she was drunk with joy, and we were at market, and she started naming all her Shadowlanes after people that were there. I think the whole category is named after me because I'm obsessed by them. But Liz has a color, and Kelly has a color, and apparently Amy has a color, which I didn't realize. So this is Amy's Ballet Pink, really pretty. This is a new colorway, which I'm kind of loving. I was a little nervous about this, but I kind of love it. So colorful. Oh my gosh, they're all like the gemstones and so pretty together. And I mean, come on, you just, like I said, wearing this as a necklace, how cute. course I like it.
Actually,
Right?
yeah, I was gonna say.
Looks really good with my obnoxious shirt. So this is so colorful. And then we have in the building, are we out of the freshwater pearls? Okay, so normally we have Kelly's freshwater pearl Shadowline in the building. The freshwater pearls are a little bit more expensive. They're $116. We have the black freshwater pearls. So pretty. And we have used these at market as lanyards because we all own them. And so we've carried our name tags around on them, which has been really fun. I think that's what started Vicky naming them after the Flossettes. And then we have the black and white freshwater pearl, like so Chanel feeling, Mackenzie Childs, very high end, so pretty. So that's the Shadowline Parade. Okay,
Beautiful.
next up, we'll do some canvases. I've got a little bit more finishing. We've got the Pepperberry trunk show. Maybe I should talk about the trunk show really fast. Kaylee picked out a few of her favorites. So I know that you all have seen the flying pig that Liz has stitched. Liz was, when she first came to work at the Wool and the Floss, she was a very, very accomplished knitter and really hadn't needlepointed at all. So for quite a while, she would come to my needlepoint class. And so she stitched a pig together that we created together. But I knew from the instant she started stitching that like she was going to take to this like wildfire. So there's a lot of stories of me giving her these really hard stitches when she just started stitching. And I did. But look what happened. Now she's probably become a better stitcher than I am. So it's all good. So she stitched the flying pig from Pepperberry. Pepperberry is our trunk show for the month, here through the end of the month, all 20% off. Did I say a proper thank you for Timmy to gifting me that book? I'm not sure I really did.
No, but you can also, on that subject,
Yeah.
people are saying they can't find it. Rebecca now has put it at the top of the homepage.
It's top of the homepage.
I
So
want that.
sorry.
And then there were 4.
Okay, and then there were 4. Okay, so this is the pillow size version of the flying pig. So it comes on 18 mesh and it comes on 13 mesh. And I think this would be darling in a lot of places, but I think in a children's nursery, this would be so cute. You could do something in the clouds with maybe a birth date or a name, depending on, what your names and dates are.
I think flying pigs are for everyone.
I said initially this could go anywhere, but I think it also would be really cute as a birth announcement. So there we go. So that is available in 13 mesh and 18 mesh. Then one of Kaylee's favorite series was these darling animals. They're the all Christmatized animals. So we have a seal. We have a penguin on skis. Again, these are all 20% off. We have the koala. I haven't seen the koala before. He is cute. The fox. I love a good fox, and he's all curled up, taking his snooze, his tail wrapped around his gift. The reindeer, ornaments hanging from his antlers. He's kind of wearing riding blanket, so sweet. The llama or alpaca, it's the never-ending question. Liz is going to come and identify. No? Do we care? Llama or alpaca? It's whatever you want.
Ambiguous for me to identify.
And then we're back to the seal. So those are that collection. And then there are some amazing houses. I have a ruler here somewhere that I buried. Here it is.
Oh, Melissa, I lied. Look,
What?
I found it.
Oh, we do have the
For
freshwater
Kelly.
pearl.
Just for
We
Kelly.
can't leave Kelly out. We do have the freshwater pearl Shadowline. I also own this one. I think this was the first one I owned as well. But yeah, so that one is in the building. Okay, we have the Pepperberry houses. They are 5 1/4 by 6 high. I think they're all the same size. Yes, they are. Look at this Halloween house, you guys. So darn sweet. Be an amazing stand-up. So there's Halloween. Here is I'll call it the Up North cabin. Classic. The Valentine house. The Easter house, of course. There's a darling little bunny. the 4th of July house, and this beautiful Hanukkah house. Love it. So those are all here as part of the trunk show, 20% off. And if you're in the mood for a slightly larger project, I'm trying to decide. I think these are seasonal and we're missing a season.
We
But
might
that's okay.
be, might not have come with our
Yeah.
show awards, maybe.
That's
the,
okay. I was just trying to decide on what was what. So this is the fall house. You guys, I love stitching things with houses. There are so many good house stitches. If you have that landscape book, it's amazing. That Fill in the Blanks has a lot of house type stitches from the Pointer Sisters, but this is the fall house row, and then this is I want to get them in the right order. Which is spring and which is summer, do we think? I bet you this is,
They have some that go, you know, both, you know what I mean, like they're in between, they're not necessarily.
I know, I'm trying to, they're both really cute. I'm trying to decide how I'm going to differentiate these.
That one
I
has
think
like,
this one's summer, that one's spring.
Okay, that's what I was going to say too. We're calling this the spring house row.
Cause this one's got a kite and a American flag. So
Ah,
I'll say this one
okay.
is summer here.
So here's spring,
It's
which I
got
kind of
topiaries.
love. And then, last but not least, is summer. And we're
Oh, yeah.
differentiating this. Look at the little dog and the cat, so sweet. There's the American flag up here. So this is the summer house. So these are all on the order. Okay. So those are our highlights from Pepperberry. Lots more online. If you're online looking at the Pointer Sisters, take a browse through the Pepperberry Trunk Show. Everything is 20% off for the Pepperberry Trunk Show. Okay. I don't think we have a terrible amount of self-finishing today, but we have a couple things. This is a new, restocked piece from my friend Maggie at Love MHB. I saw this morning, it was her 20th anniversary. So happy anniversary, Maggie. And this is a 6x3 insert with these hearts, so darling. Then notice this little circle over here. It is the perfect place to add your monogram. So this is a perfect place to remind you all that next Wednesday, Chrissy Johnson, who is the author of the amazing Make It Yours Book 1, will be here rolling out for the first time her book 2. So she will be here in the building. If you are local or local-ish to us, come and visit us. She will be here in person and live along with Lauren DeVue. They will both be my house guests the night before. So I'm excited to spend some time with both of them. And 10 to 2, and then we will be live at 3 p.m. Lauren is also bringing a Gingham Stitchery trunk show with her with items that are very appropriate for personalizing. So this is a Love MHB piece. And yesterday I had been looking and I'm like, you know what? This simple serif uppercase 10 would look perfect in that little space. It was, of course, Emily's idea, and I did a little math while she was doing some other things. So this book comes in so handy. So we have restocked this book, of course. This one is very thin, small, $35, full of lots of good information. Book number 2 is this book on steroids, and there's so much specialness about it. I can't wait to tell you guys all about it. So they will be here next Wednesday, the 24th. This piece also fits perfectly in the, look how cute that would be, you guys, in the Planet Earth canvas gusseted bag. It could be a cosmetic bag, it could be a needlepoint tool holder, it could be a really casual little clutch, whatever you want it to be. So self-finishing, and away you go. We also, from Love MHB, got a restock of the Valentine Tic-Tac-Toe. Liz and Kelly stitched this together last year.
Bill did it all on her own.
Liz did it all by herself. Sorry, they sometimes do things together and sometimes do things separately. I apologize.
She chimed in like she always does.
Yeah, I think I may have chimed in on a couple things too, but only when requested. Only when I need an idea. So this tic-tac-toe board, Liz did most of, did the stitch guide, did all of the stitching, did everything, and apparently had a few peanut galleries in the background. So this has been restocked, and we have Liz's stitch guide available for purchase. So that is that. Other self-finishing items from also restocked from Love MHB is the Evil Eye that our Rebecca stitched. It is a 6x3, fantastic in Rachel Berry clutch. It also would look really great in one of the 6x3 inserts for the large pop-in pouch, which I was like, I got an idea.
Now that you said that, it's like, oh my God, that would look great.
Yeah, so we love the Rachel Berry clutches, but we are also equally obsessed with the pop-in pouches, which are clear. It's stuffed with, bubbles, so it stays tight. But it looks great in this navy blue one because it also has a gold zipper, so you could keep whatever you need to store in here. They're great for mahjong tiles, just saying. Cosmetics, hair products, whatever you need to corral. So there you go. Thank you. Okay. Next up, we'll have a restock from my friends at Needlepoint Studio. These cute little angels keep flying out of here. There are 4 angels in this series, so please be specific if you're interested in one of these. Every single canvas I am showing you from Needlepoint is on 13 mesh, so they're easy on the eyes, but they're beautifully designed, so you can do lots of great things with them. So this is the green and coral angel. This is the pink angel, which isn't showing very well because I have them stacked, so hold on. The pink angel. And then the blue angel. And then this one is called, I thought so, the holly angel. So I think they're super sweet. I have an angel collection for my daughters, and I'm always attracted to angels. So there we go with that. And then from the Christmas Village, the sleigh is back and been restocked. The Christmas Tree Farm has been restocked. The pink house, the purple house, the blue house, the green house, or the house that is green because it's actually not something that you grow plants in.
Everything.
I think we may because
We don't have
I
the manger though.
love them all.
That might be it.
This is the peppermint house, and of course I have stitched that. And we have a stitch guide available for the pink peppermint house. The toy store, the needlepoint shop, and the needlepoint shop, we have a corresponding needle minder because who doesn't like to have jewelry for their needlepoint? The bakery that our Rebecca has stitched, so cute, and the church. And last but not least, we can take an order for you for the stable or the manger, whichever you want to call it. We have the needle minder in the building. We are waiting on a restock of the stable and the manger. So that is what we've got going on with Needlepoint. Next up, Melissa prints. I keep restocking these so I can have the full set in the building, and by the time I order and they come in, some of them have snuck out. So these are her new woodland animals. This is her kind of Art Deco style. This is the raccoon, so good. And the moose. What are the other 2 new ones? A fox, and do you remember what the 4th one is?
Squirrel?
Oh, and a beaver.
Beaver? Yeah, with some
Yes.
sort of small.
There we go. The
The
moose. Okay, this one everyone's going crazy for here. I got a restock in from my friend Amy at Officially Needlepoint. And this is a brand new release. So here we go. Classic Lucy.
Love it.
Psychiatric help, 5 cents. The doctor is in. So this is a little bit larger. It is 6x4, I think. Yeah, 6x4 and 18 mesh. Most of this officially licensed Peanuts is going to be a little bit larger. Usually you'll see a 5-inch round or a 6x4 because Peanuts has to approve that they all look like the Peanuts characters should and like Carl Schultz intended them to. So just know that I will always usually try to tell you measurements on these because it can be a little misleading. But we love them, and of course officially licensed. If you are looking for some Thanksgiving stitching, here is Snoopy with his pumpkin pie. I think it's pumpkin pie. I suppose it could be pecan pie if you stitched it just the right way, or apple pie if you really wanted it to. There are some slight gray corners if you wanted to make it into a stand-up. If you did it to the corner marks, it's 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. So Snoopy is really excited for that pie. And then we have Woodstock dressed as a turkey. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. So he is, if you did it to the corner squares, he's 3 1/2 actually by 3 1/2. So he's not bigger than usual for sure. Woodstock as a turkey. And then I restocked some of the winter things. Here is Snoopy skating. I believe my friend Terry just finished this project. Here is Woodstock flying, of course, in his stocking hat. And the original Snoopy in the Christmas puffer coat. We, of course, have our exclusive Detroit Lions puffer coat. And in case no one heard, they may have won their game handily last weekend. So fun. And then a larger version of the Snoopy in the puffer coat that can be done as a stand-up. And then we had to restock the classic Snoopy on the doghouse. So this is 13 mesh pillow. Let me tell you a size, 10 1/2 by 10 1/2. So Snoopy on the doghouse, 13 mesh. I've kind of jumped all over in weird ways today. Weird ways I've gone. So I'm going to jump back into a couple. I said I was going to do self-finishing things. Oh, you know why? Because I put some things in the floor. Remember that earlier, Melissa? Okay. My friend Christine Kingston sent us a couple Halloween things, which we're very excited about. We love her Halloween sweaters. So we have the bat sweater. And we also have this witch's feet sweater. How cute is that, you guys? Polka dot arms. With Christine's sweaters, I think, what is our recommendation? We've changed this a couple times. Not a couple times, we've changed it once. I believe you want to stitch in between the sleeves and add a couple of rows around.
Yeah.
Okay. Because some of our other sweaters you don't want to add rows to, but Christine's are an 18 mesh and a little more dainty. And so those couple extra rows will really make it shine. And then she has Halloween bulbs. We have 2 different ones. This is the 18 mesh jack-o'-lanterns, and then the 13 mesh bats. So 2 different choices of size. I can special order either one of these in the opposite mesh size, but what we have right now is a 13 mesh bat and an 18 mesh jack-o'-lantern. And then Halloween wise, all of those icons are kind of pulled together on this fantastic belt / strap. So you could make this into a Halloween belt, but Emily was like jumping around this morning. She's like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So first of all, it could go around our large tray. So if you wanted to stitch this have it for a Halloween decoration for next year, this strap will fit around the large tray. Those of you still waiting on medium trays, I'm not sure if I'm ever going to be able to get them. I can order small and I can order large. So there's a little tiny bit of a gap. And so Emily pulled this fantastic orange organza ribbon that my finishers could put like a big bow here if you're a bow person, or they could use just a little bit of it to carry over to join it. Or we could of course find just some simple purple fabric to join it. So that would be one use for it. These large trays, again, this is the large version. This is $68. They have this woven rattan on the bottom, woven rattan on the edges. Of course, the edges are going to be covered, but you're still going to see this beautiful bottom, and it's got a nice sturdy wood base. And these are $68. However, what Emily started jumping around about, she's like, so many people have bought our fantastic bags. So you might have bought this leather bag in orange, or the leather bag in kind of what we usually call a spring green, But if you have a strap or a bag tag you're using with these, fantastic. Well, now you can take whatever you're using off and add this Halloween strap. So you could have like a purse strap you're using maybe just for like, you know, all of September and October, but I think it would be fantastic either with the orange or with the spring green, because you've got that little dash of green in there with the witch's shoes. So cute. So we love Christine's belt. Christine is usually watching us while she's painting on Thursday mornings. I talked to her this week. We both have weddings in our future, not for ourselves, for our children. So we've been catching up a little bit of late. The other thing that came in stock from Christine is a lot of you had ordered the Love Paw. And this turns out, if you stitch it kind of to size into a 5x5 or a 6x6, Emily pulled this Laura's box so you could stitch it to fit in there. 5x5 would be tight, so 6x6 is better for sure, sorry. And the Laura's box is very easy to self-finish, just opens up like a picture frame on the back. I don't have the price in front of me, but I want to say these are like 70.
It's right in the front.
Oh, imagine that. I was going to say 78. They're $84. And it would be really fun to show off your doggy love. There you go. Okay. Did all that. I have been restocking things that we have stitch guides for, because Emily and Rebecca have been working diligently to get all of our stitch lines that are available up online. So I was able to restock my Melissa Prince dogs. So you all know I'm a huge dog lover. I started out stitching these when my sweet Toby, who's now across the Rainbow Bridge, was around, and I stitched Toby to look just like my Toby. And then Melissa said, "You did such a fabulous job with that. Would you write stitch guides for some of these?" So I wrote stitch guides for the Golden Retriever, the Cavalier King Charles, which of course you could change the colorways, the Springer Spaniel, and the Dachshund, and again, you could change the colorways. So I have stitch guides for all 5 of these. I chose to finish them in this, what I will honestly say I think is a bit of a showstopper pillow. It usually sits in my living room. Off-white velvet and shop situations aren't necessarily a great combination. So that sits at my house, but I have restocked all of the canvases. So the Golden Retriever is here, the Golden Doodle is here, the Springer Spaniel is here, Cavalier King Charles is here, and the Dachshund is here. So these are 4x4, so they don't have to go into that giant pillow. You could do a small pillow, like a lot of what we showed of Susan's earlier, or whoever did the other one that I can't remember, the smaller piece in a larger pillow. So they don't have to be all 5 of them in one pillow. If you are interested in learning some ribbon work, what I intentionally did on all of these was include direction on how to do different types of ribbon work, and they all have a different background stitch. I thoroughly enjoyed stitching all of these. So that is a stitch guide option for you all. Again, each individual one is just 4x4, so it's not a big commitment. Karen, we need to talk before Monday. Sorry, I see that Karen's commenting. Karen, send me a quick email and let me know give me a final answer of what we've been talking about, if you could. Okay, so I did that. Okay, other things that I've restocked because we have stitch guides for. Liz, in classic Liz style, has finished her Lake St. Clair. She self-finished it, which I'm so proud of her. Liz, this looks amazing. You had a lot of hand holding, but it's amazing. You did a great job. This was created originally because we had Beth came to visit us during our large retreat in 2022, and this was an exclusive. Lake St. Clair is the lake that all 4 of 5 Grosse Points border, and Liz stitched it up. She of course changed up the colorways a little bit, as Liz will do, but our thread list, is our thread list your threads, or is our thread list more matched to the canvas, Liz?
I believe they're my threads.
Okay.
Thread list.
It's fantastic. So she's kind of And as Irene would have it, she's kind of tamed the colors a little bit, which is
You
not
had
like
to make
Liz.
them realistic.
I know, but
like St.
usually,
Clair.
but you look at the hot pink convertible, that's, you know, really kind of funny too. It's so cute. Liz always says she doesn't like pink, and then I find
like
little
magenta.
dabs of
That's
pink in her
magenta.
things. But this is PIO 2022 because that was our big retreat down, our first big retreat, yes? But normally it will say Michigan. So this would be a nice remembrance if you have been to visit Grosse Pointe or any other community that borders Lake St. Clair. But this is classic Grosse Pointe landscape. So that has been restocked. And then I think I have this one right. Kelly and Liz stitched this together. This is the Martini Santa from
Martini Madness.
Princess and Me, and they have changed it up. This is what it started out looking like. So how we sell it is with the stitch guide from Princess and Me with a piece of paper that tells you how to do the background.
If they want, yeah, if they want. I mean,
Yeah, so we can throw in that background stitch
No, I think
with this.
no, I think there's more than just that. That one is like an actual guide. We're putting it on the website
Oh yeah, you're right.
because
I
of
did
the
change a bunch of stuff.
inner
Okay, I
stuff,
thought
all
it was
that.
more
Yeah.
than that.
You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, so it
That's an
comes
actual
with the
guide.
Princess and Me stitch guide, which comes with the canvas anyways, and then
changed
there's a
enough. Yeah.
separate option of ordering a different stitch guide that matches Liz and Kelly's version, which is fantastic. So that has been restocked. And while we're going on stitch guides, let's talk about this. We had the Blue Ridge Stitchery Trunk Show in June, I think, July. And this was one of the runaway bestsellers, was the Dogwood Blossom, and this amazing stitch guide from Mary Legele it's a stitch concept from Mary Legele at Whimsical Stitch. So we are selling both of these together for $105. So you get one of Mary's fantastic stitch guides and Paige's beautiful artwork, and this is here and ready to roll. Other stitch guides, sorry, I've got one more in this pile, so I might as well keep on that track. And again, if you are someone who hasn't used a stitch guide, what I love about stitch guides, and yes, I write stitch guides myself. Liz writes stitch guides, Emily writes stitch guides, Kelly writes stitch guides. We all love a good stitch guide because somebody else is going through the trial and error process for you. And it just makes sitting down to stitch very straightforward. You get to create all the beauty without having to stress yourself out. And sometimes I love writing stitch guide, but sometimes I just want to be told what to do. So this piece is here from Sandra Gilmore. And we have sold this a number of times. It's a favorite of mine. This is the pink and green nutcracker from Sandra Gilmore. And there is an amazing stitch guide from Laura Perrin. If you have not used one of Laura Perrin's stitch guides, she doesn't have tons and tons of choices, but what she has is amazing. If you have ever wanted to do a counted piece, she sells those directly, so you can head to her website for those. But this is the stitch guide for the nutcracker, and we have all the threads pulled together. We had to do a lot of subs, so we have like a sub chart. Janet pulled all this together for us. So this gorgeous nutcracker is here and ready for you to sit down and create him beautifully. So that is that. And I think maybe I've covered all the stitch guide pieces in my pile. We'll see. Couple other things. This came back from finishing this week. So I should have worn silver jewelry today to show you all how beautiful this is. This is beautiful because it's Amy's design. This is the geode cuff in 18 mesh. I will be honest, it wasn't designed to be a cuff, and sometimes I get all excited about things and I don't think them totally through. So we have an update from our finishers, and we have sent you an email if you have previously purchased any of the 5 colorways. There is a green geode, and I'm going to get back to what I'm talking about by the email, a pink geode. I think this one's called turquoise, orange, and of course the blue that I stitched. I stitched it all in Radiance and Fireworks. Absolutely loved it, but in order to get a good finish, I had to add 7 extra rows, and I just did the like metallic silver. 7 extra rows here, 7 extra rows here, and 1 row on each of the long side. So now if you purchase this, you will get a little note on the back that says, to stitch this into a cuff, you will need to add 7 rows to either end of the canvas. So, and then you always need 1 turn row. So this is here and available. So, and I'm gonna set these aside on because there's a method to that madness, so just leave those there.
I gotcha.
So I'm thrilled with my outcome. You know, as I said, at the last minute I had to add the rows. Our friend Janice sent hers in. Normally I won't say, I will be happy to stitch the extra rows for you. But Janet's the one who gifted me, Janice, excuse me, is the one who gifted me a Mahjong set when I said I was interested in playing. So the least I can do is stitch 7 extra rows for her. So I'll be doing that for her. But now hopefully anyone who is stitching this, they will know to add the 7 extra rows. And of course with anything like leather or jewelry wise that's going to have to be turned, you always need to add 1 or 2 extra rows around the edges. So that's that. I did all that. Okay. Good. We're good on timing. Back in the building from Initial K is one of the fantastic butterflies from her artist,
Catherine Carty.
Thank you. Catherine Carty. And this is the poinsettia butterfly.
I love that butterfly
pretty.
so much.
So pretty.
I do, I love it. It's festive.
From Amanda Lawford. In season boo sign, 13 mesh would be so cute on a Halloween wreath, on your front door, framed in your front hallway. Love, love, love. Restock from my custom painter. This was a chart for charity one year, and I stitched it up, and we had so many people request a painted version. We now have a painted version. The chart had it with a red bow, which is why the painted version has a red bow. I stitched it and I added the gingham background, so the painting version now has the gingham background, and I loved it. This is 13 mesh, fast and easy stitch. Restock of our Destination LNS piece that I made into a luggage tag. It does come as a square, but if you just turn the corners, don't stitch the corners, it will be a luggage tag shape, so your choice. So Destination LNS. I think I have a stitch guide for this too. Forgot about that, Emily. We have a stitch guide for this. Destination LNS.
Yeah, I knew that.
This is also from our local painter. This is the Grosse Pointe South High School clock tower that is a beautiful part of the building, and I have stitched that as well. This is the Michigan with the heart in the Detroit area. So there we go. I also have the Spirit of Detroit, but I have a stitch version of that, so you'll see that in a minute. A couple restocks from Amy Poor via Melissa Loves Needlepoint. If any shop owners are watching, I will be at market. I will be in room 310. Please register for an account ahead of time. It'll take you about 3 minutes, maybe less, maybe more like 30 seconds on our website, melissalovesneedlepoint.com. And then any shop can shop wholesale now. We keep live inventory. It's very easy to shop. It's a shop by site. So we have restocked Don't Get Your Tinsel in a Tangle, and the Mr. and Mrs. Love Heart. And this was made long before my obsession began, Mahjong Maven. And then the Halloween coasters. We have all 5 at the same time, which is exciting because this is a fantastic series from Amy. 4-inch coasters, 13 mesh, Hocus Pocus, Happy Haunting, Eek. See, I don't know, I'm gonna run out of hands. Eek, Spooky, and then last but not least is Be Batty. So Amy does a great job of combining really great like graphic words with objects and taking them up a notch. So those are here from Amy Poor. We also have the peppermint frame from Amy. Love this piece. It can go either vertical or horizontal. You could probably also have our painter put in something like welcome or Noel or joy if you didn't want it to be a picture frame, but I love the design of that. Then from our friends at Dee, this is Toad a la mode. So these pumpkins are darling, and then look at that cute little toad at the top.
Toad a la mode.
So fun. Oh, I guess I did leave out one that we had a stitch guide for. We restocked the Night Sky Welcome Santa, and I have a stitch guide for that. So this is from Susan Roberts.
Tried to keep them in.
I had kept this in my stash for about 12 years before I finally got out and stitched it, and it was so fun to stitch. Susan Roberts is a true talent, and I love now that my friend Megan is running the show over there. Okay, this is Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo from the Plum Stitchery. This was a stitch along, a very small stitch along that Liz and I and Megan did with Joanna and Sue Ann and
Megan?
no, who's Sue Ann's sister's name? Who lives local to us? Lives in Lansing. Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. Sue Ann lives in New York.
Carrie?
And Carrie, because I always remember it starts with a K, but it's not how I want to spell Carrie.
Exactly.
Yeah, there were very few canvases available during COVID, so we did our own little stitch along, and I did it with this I'm going to take it actually out of this tray so you guys can see it. The stitch guide, I believe, hopefully Liz, you remember if I'm right, I think the stitch guide contains both stitches, both background stitches.
I believe so, yes. It's just a matter of the thread.
So I did a fairly complicated background stitch. I'm not even sure if you can see it fully.
Black work.
A lot of black work. It's, thank you, Kaylee. A mission accomplished. I appreciate it. But this is a really fun thing to stitch. So it's Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo, Catch a Tiger by the Toe. So cute. And had it finished into an acrylic tray. Liz was like, yeah, I could do that stitch, but I don't wanna. So she created a simpler stitch that was much more doable. Oh, I see Chrissy Johnson just joined us,
So
Chrissy.
doable that mine's not done. Oh.
Ouch. Ouch. Chrissy just joined us. Chrissy, I talked all about your books earlier, and you and Lauren coming on Wednesday. I'm so excited to see you Tuesday night. Okay, also from Plum Stitchery, we restocked the colors of atlases she has available, which is the 18 mesh yellow version, the 18 mesh navy version, and the pink version. We finish these very often on these little globe stands. We've taken this apart already, and the globe is finished into a stitching ball and a kissing ball, a stitching ball too, let's be honest. What stitches the background? You know what, Margaret? I can't remember. It's in my stitch guide. Sorry, it's a black work stitch, and it wasn't hard. It's just you have to be really careful with black work stitches that the exact pattern of your stitch on the front and the back is the same. Otherwise, the openness of the canvas looks like a mess. So this is the globe stand, and these can get finished in that if you so choose. I do tend to order the 18 mesh version over the 13 mesh version. There are 13 mesh available, but what we like about the 18 mesh version is you can put little beads in on special places to you, maybe where someone was born, maybe where someone was married, maybe a place that you've traveled to together, maybe a whole bunch of beads where to all the places you've been with a special someone. Choice is yours. This is the Riley Sheehy mini sock. I stitched this quite a while ago. I added a plaid border to the top. I believe Joanna, when I showed it to her, I said, what do you think? She's like, I think it looks like Doris Day's Country Home. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess that's good. But I love this Riley Sheehy mini sock. So that is back and in the building. I think that's it from Plum. The coasters. I will read you the initials. I'm not going to say what they mean because, again, you might have little ears behind you. Liz and Kelly have stitches, and do you guys split them up? Mm-hmm. So you each are doing 2 and keeping 2?
Yeah.
Did you have to?
I'm done with mine. She's not done with hers.
How about that? That doesn't happen very often. So FML, WTF.
Wool in the floss.
Yeah, that means wool in the floss. NVM
Never mind.
and BFD. So yeah, there's never mind. That one I can say. The rest will just leave to your imaginations. These are 4-inch circles, so they fit beautifully into the Meredith Collection self-finishing coasters. These coasters come with a protective.
Those are Clayton and Crumb.
Oh, these are the Clayton Chrome ones.
Yeah.
You're right. The Meredith ones are different shape. Clayton and Chrome. Sorry, my apologies. Thank you. Everyone has to fact check me around here. That's for sure. So these would fit beautifully in there. We of course can finish them with like cording on the edges and cork on the back and all the things. But if you want to self-finish these are $84 and come in. We'll just call it light brown, dark brown, and black. I hope Christine's watching. Has Christine commented anything today?
I haven't noticed that.
Okay, because every time I say, Christine's my age and she knows something, so she's not as old as me, and she keeps saying, we're not old. So this sign was in Love MHB's website and I had to do it. You are not too old and it's not too late. So, and that is, I mean, I don't mean this to be all about me, but I'm going to tell you guys this. I went to college. I got a finance degree. I was in the financial field. I stayed home with my kids. I never ever thought that when I was 50 years old, I was going to buy a needlepoint shop and like have 20 people working for me. I mean, it's like these things, like when you're in your 20s and 30s and you think, oh, I hate my job. This is terrible. Like things will come. Things will come. So you are not too old and it's not too late. Not that what I've done is that fantastic, but it's been that fantastic for me. So there we go. I loved that when I saw that. Speaking of Christine, her spooky canvas, and this has a stitch guide that we can, do we get the stitch guide from her? Or do we send?
No,
Needlepoint now.
You
Okay,
have to
so-
order it yourself.
So this is a stitch guide in Needlepoint now, October of 2 years ago, I believe, October 23. So you would have to order that stitch guide yourself. It's fantastic. Liz did stitch, is it done? Most of it? She stitched most of it. Excuse me, I have seen it. But she of course had to change it up. Christine's version is in the silvers and grays and blacks and whites. However, Liz did it in lime green and purple, and it's fantastic. So using Christine's stitch guide, just changing up the colorway. And along the lines of spooky is the Boo canvas. And I feel like I've seen a stitch guide for this too. Anyone know?
I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
I think Christine might have
Yeah.
done something.
There may
There's
be
really
a stitch
fun
guide.
stitches for the stripes.
Don't count
Same.
it, don't hold me to that, but I think there's a stitch
That's
guide. As a matter of fact, someone just posted it on our story
Yeah,
and it was
this one is
fantastic.
13. It does come in 18 as well.
Okay, so this is the 13 mesh version. The spooky is the 18 mesh version. So we still have a little bit more finishing. So let's see what we got here. For our friend Linda, she stitched up this darling bow heart. I don't know the designer on that one offhand, but it gives me a little bit of feeling of our Amy Poor love heart, which I do love. So if you're interested in diving into some maybe engagement presents or wedding gifts or Valentine's gifts, that is here and available, and Linda's is so sweet. Linda also did stitch Amy Poor's My Valentine. My finishers put this darling heart fabric on the back. We do have My Valentine in the building, so we can send that your way. And Linda used just a really good sparkle in the background, and I think velvet letters, yes. I always like using velvet for letters. They kind of pop off the canvas in all the best ways. Super sweet. And what else is in this bag of tricks? We have, yeah,
Kate the
pulled it.
Great.
Thank you. Kate the Great eyeglass case. And just everyone laying out on the beach. So sweet. So that is here for Linda. And then last but not least, I think when she was here on one of her trips to visit us, she picked up the Spirit of Detroit canvas. This is
Yeah, she did a
designed
good job.
by our,
It was
Lisa.
to your right. It was.
I know, I
Did
had
I already
it.
picked it up?
No,
Okay.
I buried it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just had it. So this is done by our local painter, and Spirit of Detroit is classic statue, downtown Detroit. As a matter of fact, when my sister had a friend here from college, she was so excited. This was like 30 years ago. She's like, I've just solved a great mystery. She had an aunt who had a charm bracelet that was all the places she traveled, and there had been a charm of the Spirit of Detroit. And she never knew what the significance was of this Spirit of Detroit. So she was so excited. Now, of course, what has that led to? That has led to me with an obsession of trying to find somewhere that has a 14 karat gold Spirit of Detroit to add to my charm bracelet. I have not solved that problem. If anyone sees one, let me know. So this is here for Linda. We also, from our friend Marie at Detroit Needleworks, have the Motown Museum. This is a fantastic museum to go to. I have heard, I'm embarrassed. I have tried to go numerous times. I tried to go when it was under construction or revamp.
They just renovated it. Big time.
So it was closed for a little while, and then I always want to go on a Monday. They're closed on Monday, so I really have to get myself to the Motown Museum because everyone says it's fantastic. So that's that. For Ida, we have a couple of snow globes. To my knowledge, we were kind of one of the first needlepoint shops to offer this finish, and we thought it was so fantastic. We actually designed a piece around it. So this is the top hat snowman. This also has a stitch guide, but it comes with, this is also designed for us by our local painter. So there's the top hat snowman in all his glory. Ida did a fantastic job. It includes a little stitch guide. And if you are someone who maybe stitches for, you know, 2 grandkids or a husband and wife or whatever, this is the top hat snowman. And then we also have the winter hat snowman. So we include the top hat snowman stitch guide with both because, as you can see, they're very, very similar. You just kind of change up the hat a little bit and you can do the rest similarly. So we have both available. Ida also did another snow globe finish with this darling tree scene, which I think is from BNG. I can't totally remember, but they have like the snow that goes around in the bottom. It's just a really, really fun finish. And I don't have the trees in the building, but I was looking for something with trees. What I do have that would be so darling is, this is from Good Point, yes. The bright tree would be so cute finished like this. Anything finished like this has to be exactly 4 inches or exactly 3 inches because that is the only availability for this dome that goes on it. So the bright tree would be so cute. And I also think, this is from Stitch Style. Like, I want to stitch this right now. I think this is so cute. The Santa with the reindeer would be absolutely darling in the snow globe finish too. So that might need to go home with me if it doesn't go home with one of you today, because that's been around here for a little bit. We have a 2-week rule around here. You can't take anything home unless you've special ordered it if it hasn't been in the store for 2 weeks. So that's eligible for me to snag. A couple more eyeglass cases. These are here for 444 Mary Ellen Pelzor. This is the Ann Fisher. There we go. Zebra. Graphic zebra, fantastic. We don't have this piece in the building. We can order this for you though. It's impossible to keep all these good designs in at the same time, but Pepperberry has a couple 2-sided eyeglass cases. These seashells and dots, really, really fun. So that would give you a similar look. And then that one was for Mary Ellen, as I said. I have another eyeglass case. This is here for Anne. Anne is semi-local to us. She lives about 45 minutes from the shop. This is from J. Child.
Fisher, isn't it?
Oh, it says AF. So yeah, Ann Fisher, Emily for the win. So this is the flamingo, and on the back it says, "I can't hear you without my glasses on." Which is kind of funny. So again, I can order this from Ann Fisher for you. We do have the Pepperberry version in the building, which I say version because it's kind of this similar color ideas. So really fun florals and dots. You could also take this dotted side and maybe put a monogram across here, or maybe a single bold initial over the top would be kind of fun. So that's here for Anne. Of course, the pepperoni things are 20% off through the end of the month. Next up for our friend Abby. Abby's my good friend Terry's daughter, and she started stitching a few years ago, which just made Terry so happy. This is the American flag sweater bear, so darling. We have these on reorder. I know a number of you special ordered them after Kelly was talking about her incredible trip to the US Open. So we have those on order for those who ordered them, and we have some available extra. I know I ordered extra. And then she has the Good Point Happy Hanukkah sign. She sent us fabric for it with the menorahs, absolutely gorgeous. I don't have the Happy Hanukkah sign in the building, but I'm happy to order that from you. I haven't ordered from Amanda in a while. We of course do have the NDLPT sign in the building because, you know, how can we not always have this in the building? So that is here and available. And they just make really cute little signs. So you could put this on a bag if you wanted a project bag, or make a hanging sign, or a little standing sign. An easel back would be darling. So those are here for Abby. And last but not least, who is this here for? I'm going to take a guess in my head, and I was right. This is here for Shauna. Shauna likes to show off her Irish pride like no other. As a matter of fact, I think the last time she had some finishing, she said, well, actually, I'm in Ireland right now, which was very fitting. So this piece, Erin Gobra. Do I know the designer? This is from the Meredith collection, yes. So pretty. Shauna did an amazing job stitching it. It is an amazing design, this little leprechaun. So cute. The harp, the pot of gold, not a cauldron, inside joke. The finishers have put little four-leaf clovers, or no, they put shamrocks, excuse me, of course they put shamrocks, and horseshoes on the feet. So darling. We can order this for you again. It's from the Meredith collection. If you are wanting something a little bit smaller to show off your Irish pride, this shamrock insert, this is actually designed to go into an eyeglass case from KCN that we actually don't carry, but it is 3 by 5, so you could make it a little smaller and put it as a passport insert by using our tools of the trade templates. We also have the Lucky from Whip Stitch, and these actually fit perfectly in a passport holder, but you could just make this as an ornament, of course. And then you know we love the Betty Does Bubbles rounds around here. I believe these are 4.5 inches on 18 mesh. And the beauty of the Betty Does Bubbles lines from Angie Kirkland through the Gingham Stitchery is they all come with a QR code on the back, which takes you to a stitch guide to create it just the way Angie did. So if you're into some Irish things, those are some things we have in the building currently. I think we have covered everything. Thank you for joining us again. Liz will be here by herself, I think, on Tuesday. Well, not by herself. She'll be live on camera by herself because Kelly's not back till Wednesday, I think. Do you think I'm wrong? No, I am wrong because Kelly said I'll be coming in hot. So she will not be here on Monday. Kelly will not be here on Monday. So Liz and Kelly will be back Tuesday morning at 9:30. I will be live with Chrissy at 3 p.m. on Wednesday, and then back for more fun and joy on Thursday morning at 9:30. So if anybody, again, ordered anything today, please send us a DM and say I also ordered the Pointer Sisters book 4 on your website, and we will make sure to hold your package and send them together with one shipping charge. So hopefully that helps everyone, and thank you again for spending time with us. We appreciate it, and I hope everyone has a fabulous weekend and finds some time to stitch. Bye.